Welcome to the Sandro channel. Make sure that you subscribe.
Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today I want to quickly talk about Strange World once again because my god folks, it just gets worse and worse for this film. As you guys all know, Disney decided to go and push the gay agenda with this one, having their 10 billionth first ever gay character once again. You know, it's become a running joke at this time that every time Disney adds a gay character, it's their first gay character. But no, we all know it's a joke at this point. And they push the agenda, and what do you think happened? You get woke, you go broke. This is a movie that I believe had a budget of around $180 million. And look at this headline, Strange World to lose $147 million. My God, folks, it's crazy. I've seen other places say it was closer to 150. I've seen other websites say it was around $100 million bomb. But either way, this is going to be a huge flop. It's just a huge flop after the Thanksgiving Day long weekend. And from my understanding, it was like a 5-day long weekend, so it was like really massive. This movie had all the time in the world to make money, and it just did not perform. In my last video, we talked about Encanto. Remember, Encanto launched last year around Thanksgiving, and in the early previews, Encanto was very well received. And on top of that, it made a lot more money in the early previews. This movie, on the other hand, did not make a lot of money in the early previews, and it had bad press. And speaking of bad press, there's been all kinds of reports all over like social media that people are walking out of this film, right? So like, most people don't know when they walk into a movie. They're like, I don't know what this is about. They have children. They're like, this is a movie from Disney. Maybe it's a family-friendly film. They go and see it. And once again, they see Disney pushing the gay agenda on kids, right? This is a kids movie. I always say, if you want to have gay characters, if you want to have those kind of characters, why not put them in a mature or an adult movie instead, right? Why are we pushing them on children? Even like just 20 years ago, this was highly frowned upon, and Disney seems to be going all in, pushing the wokeness on children. We're getting creepy shit out of Netflix like Cuties, and things have really taken a turn in the last 10 years when it comes to the agenda and gender ideology. It's been crazy. I'm really sick of seeing it. I personally am boycotting this movie. I will not be watching this film. Screw that shit. And they deserve what they get. They did this with Lightyear. Lightyear also flopped. How many more times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? You know, to quote SpongeBob there. But Disney is not learning its lesson, and good. Keep losing money. Go bankrupt. One other thing I want to talk about before we end today's discussion. So yeah, they lost a lot of money here. And I always like to say, I'll say two things. Firstly, I do think that even though they lost a lot of money here, I will give Disney the credit that they created a brand new franchise instead of just milking Toy Story like what they did with Lightyear. This is a new IP, so 2 thumbs up for at least trying something new. The other thing I'll say is that just because a movie bombed doesn't mean it wasn't financially like successful, right? We've seen this with Batman v Superman. Warner Bros. Had huge expectations for that film. It didn't meet the expectations, Batman v Superman, but in the end, and Justice League 2, from my understanding, those movies did super good at like Walmart, DVD sales, Blu-ray sales. They did gangbusters. They were like the #1 sellers around Christmas time. They did really good. So this movie, I don't think this movie has the same pull of Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, but you never know. It could get saved in the DVD and Blu-ray section. Just because it flopped in theaters doesn't mean it can't recoup some money when it goes to DVD and Blu-ray. But it's very unlikely, right? And for a lot of people, they're not going to go buy DVDs in modern day when they know this is just going to be on Disney Plus someday. And if they really wanted to watch it, they could just pay like $10 one time and watch like an entire catalog instead of buying one movie, right? So I think this is going to be, I still think this is going to be a huge loss regardless of DVD sales, but pretty crazy. One other thing that's really crazy that I wanted to touch on is Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is a fucking crooked and corrupt review site, okay? Anytime there's a woke trash movie, by the way, this is owned by like Warner Bros. So Warner Bros. And Disney movies, usually, I don't know what it is about the Disney movies, but I know it's owned by Warner Bros. They usually like to make these garbage woke films really, really good when it comes to the critics. When it comes to the critics side, you see this shit. 74% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 from Empire Online. Then you see what the audience is saying, 1.7 out of 5. People are not happy about this film. They are raging. They're walking out of theaters. It's garbage. It's just garbage. We're all sick of Disney pulling this woke bullshit. And you could read these reviews yourself. There's 157. Let's just read this one. The movie lacks all the hallmarks of a good movie. It's a horrible snoozer of a movie for children because of the complex adult messaging. Their progressive liberal agenda is so on top of this movie that there really isn't much else to the movie. Don't waste your time, and it just ends right about there. It probably says, don't waste your time or money on this dog shit. Yeah, so, you know, the movie truly is progressive. They have, like, I think it is interracial marriage, first openly gay interracial relationship. And then on top of that, they had, like, what was it, a dog that's crippled or something? I don't know. This movie is just all over the fucking place, and I want nothing to do with it. I'm so glad to see this thing losing money. And hopefully I won't have to talk about this shitty movie ever again. The end. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Please comment down below all your thoughts. Are you happy to see this one flop? Please, you got to tell me. Tell me all your thoughts down below. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and I'll see you later.